Hey guys, it's Gina here with a Tips and Tricks Thursday, and I've revealed this little book that I started in one of my process videos recently, and a lot of people commented on it and thought that it was a really good idea, so I thought that I would just go ahead and share it with you. What I decided, I have a lot of word stickers. A lot of word stickers. Like, I'm obsessed with word stickers. But I never had a good idea of how to organize them or how to, you know, put them in a place where it was easy to get to them and see what I had and things like that. So what I decided to do is I bought this composition book. It was, I think I bought it at the dollar store. It was, you know, it was $1, I think. I mean, it wasn't much more than $1. And what I did was I put all of my word stickers in here, and then some people asked me some follow-up questions, so I thought I would take this opportunity today in this video to just go through and show you what I've done with some of these stickers. And as you can see, I put a rubber band around it to hold it closed. But most of the time it just sits on my scrapbooking desk, and then as I'm doing a layout, I just flip through it, and right away I can see the colors, and then, you know, the words are very legible as well. So what I did was, if the sticker sheet had a backing on it, like these Authentique stickers do, I just took some glue and glued them directly into the book. No big deal. They are self-adhesive on the adhesive backing, so if I want to use one of them, I just take it off of the sheet, and there you have it. And what I do also, just to let you know, is I always keep very detailed notes about what I use on my layouts, because a lot of people ask me questions about that. And so I have these stickies here, these little post-it note stickies. And as I'm flipping through and I decide that I'm going to use something, I just take one of these stickies and plop it on the top of the page, and then know I need to add it to my supply list. So that works out really well. So when they are on their own adhesive backing, as all these Authentique ones are, these Cosmo Cricut ones are, it's very easy to figure out how to put them in the book. It's no big deal. But these Heidi Grace epoxy stickers are not on, I mean, they are on their own adhesive backing. I mean, they are on that piece of, like, here they are. They're on the pull-off sheet, little adhesive sheet thing. But what I did here, because I need to know who made those stickers, and let me just zoom in a bit so you guys can take a look at what I'm doing here. And because it's sitting on a very odd angle for that lamp, I still don't think the lights are right in this room. I think I'm gonna have to get them fixed. I think Stu's gonna have to come down here and do some theater work and fix my lights. But as you can see here, these come in their own packaging, and all I did was I took my tiny attacher and I stapled the packaging in the book. So then I can just take them out and use them, but I still have, without writing all kinds of notes that I didn't want to do, just a couple of staples, and then I know who made them, what collection it came from, and things like that. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, well, Gina, when the sticker sheet is gone, what are you going to do with that? Let me zoom back out. Well, I don't know yet. To be honest, you know, once they're all gone, what am I going to do? I don't know. Sometimes, that's not going to work here. Yeah, I don't know. I think mostly I'll probably have started a second book, and then these will hopefully be used up and out of here. I'm gonna have to use these Heidi Grace ones up because her sticker sheet's not sticking anymore. And let me show you how I'm gonna fix that. I'm just gonna take some adhesive on this backing sheet, if I can get it to stick to the backing sheet. And then I'm just going to throw it back in this package. But it's got adhesive on it now, so it won't fall out of its packaging. There we go. But this one little sticker fell off. These things are very old, these Heidi Grace stickers, so they're not sticking that well. So they're not keeping their adhesive. So I'm just going to stick him back in there. There we go. And that's all set. So that's how I did that. I just put some, like I said, I just stapled them and then put the thing in there. And then rub-ons too. Because what I will do with rub-ons here, these are some Jenny Bolin rub-ons, I'll just cut that rub-on off. The one that I want to use, I'll just cut it out. And what I would probably do is like for this one, I stapled the pages together, but I actually left this blank on purpose because I could stick a cutting mat in there and then just use my X-Acto knife to cut out the rub-on that I want. So for rub-ons, I just stapled them in there as well, and then I can just cut those off, whatever ones I want to use. And again, I just flip through them. Here are some stickers from Studio Calico that came in a little package like that. I just left them in their package and just stapled the packaging to my book. Now here's where it gets a little bit interesting. Someone asked me about these LE Studio ones already. So what I do is I staple them. The LE Studio, the problem is they don't have a backing. That is its label. It doesn't have, it's not self-adhesive. And you guys know this. It's just a cut apart card. It's like a chip. It's a, what do you call that? It's a cardstock cut apart sheet. And when they're all attached very nicely like this, I just staple the heading where the heading is. But like at some point I'm going to want this, love these snapshots, the one right here. And so what'll happen is these down here, now there is still space. I would probably staple this back in the book until there's no way to staple, like you're going to cut these out. So there's some leftover space on these. So the ones that are harder are the Ormolu, where there's no leftover space in the on the sheet at all. But so for this one, like I will probably cut it right back in there. Staple it right back in there until there is nowhere else to staple. And what I do for my die cuts, once they no longer sit in here, and I'll just show you this real fast, is that I take all of my die cuts once they no longer fit in there, or these are ones that I had already pulled apart before I started this system of putting them in here. So you have to like flip through all of this. But as you guys know, I like to keep track of who makes everything that I use on my layout. So what I decided to do on these is that on the back of them, I just stuck a number. So the 9, 10. These are some LE Studio tags. No, I think these are Ormolu actually. But anyway, it doesn't matter because all I do is when I write my supply list, I write that number down. I write that 9 down, that die cut came from. And then I have a key over on my desk when I type up my supply list that I can look up the key and find out which die cut pack that came from. That is not ephemera packs or anything like that. That's not how I keep those, but you could definitely do it that way. Like these Daily Flash ones, these came in the hip kit. The problem with these is you would have to decide like what side you really wanted to use, because sometimes I would want to use this gradient side, and then sometimes I would want the one that says just a note. So I tend to have a different system for storing those, and I will share them with you in a later video. But back to these. So once I cut enough of this up that it will no longer staple in here, I'll just finish cutting them all up, put numbers on the back, add them to my key, and then throw them in my die cut bin. So let me see if there are any others in here that are different from what we've already talked about. Here are the Ormolu ones. So as you can see, there's no extra space on these Ormolu die cuts. Once you cut it, there's no extra space to put staples through it once you cut the main ones off of this manufacturing information strip here. So what I would do is I would just cut the one I want. Like, hopefully I'll use these two first. But if I wanted to use that Polaroid first and didn't want to use these two label sheets, this one little word sheet and then the blank label, is I would cut them up, put them in, throw them in my die cut bin, and then just make sure that I put numbers on the back so that I can always refer back to where they came from. They have their own adhesive backing, so no big deal. These are Glitz, those epoxy words from Glitz, and I just stapled the whole packaging in there. And then, you know, I can just, what I do is, because it opens like here, I can just pull that. I make sure I don't staple the backing strip that the stickers are on, so that I can just pull that out and put that back in like that. So lots of Glitz here. Like these have their own backer, so no big deal. I don't think there's anything else in here, like any different kind of, like here's some more, with these rub-ons, I had the, oh, that glare is bad. Yeah, Stu's got... I must have hit my studio lights because they're all messed up and wrong now. But Stu's got to come down and fix it. But anyway, so... here we go. So these rub-ons were already still in the packaging. So I just left them in there, and then I can pull that rub-on sheet out and then just cut out what I want that way. So that's the way I keep them. I don't know what happened here. This one must have already been cut out, and then sometimes what I was doing before, like here's another one. These are Evalicious with no other room to cut, with no other room to staple. The thing I used to do before is I would cut these all out, and I think Nicole Jones 911 does a similar thing with her label stickers, but I would cut them all out, and then I would put them with temporary adhesive in a book like this. So you could obviously just cut these out right away and then put temporary adhesive on them and then have them in your book, and there they are, with no kind of big deal about that. So that's an option. I could try that instead, because it would be it's much easier for me to flip through this book than it is to flip through this container. Now, if I didn't have a million of these things, it wouldn't be so bad, but me and scrapbooking supplies, we seriously have got to get... Oh, this one came off. I'm going to staple him in there. I would tell you that I would move to staples faster than I would glue these things. I used a glue stick, so this isn't like scrapbooking adhesive that I used. I just used a standard glue stick. Okay, I'll staple them in there in a minute. So that is how I keep my word stickers now, and like my little phrase stickers and things like that. So I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions. I will talk to you, I'll see you tomorrow for Fast Forward Friday, where we do a standard process video in Fast Forward. So I'm looking forward to that, and I don't know which one I'm going to post. There's a bunch of them I can choose from. But I will upload that, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.